Today's teaching is focused on the seed of the woman as found in Genesis 3:15 through 20. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. To the woman he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. To Adam he said, because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree, about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return. Adam named his wife Eve, or Chava, because she would become the mother of all the living. In the fall of mankind and the cursing of woman, man, and the serpent, there is first reference to Messiah in the Torah, Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. The connection made in this verse is a messianic reference and did not originate as a Christian teaching, but as ancient teachings by the rabbis. A thought expanded by Rabbi Joseph Samuel C.F. Fry in Joseph and Benjamin. Our ancient rabbis, as with one voice, have declared that by the seed of the woman, who was to bruise the head of the serpent, is meant the Messiah. You know as well as I, their common saying, before the serpent had wounded our first parents, God had prepared the plaster for their healing. And as soon as sin had made its entrance into our world, the Messiah had made his appearance. Hence both the Targums, that of Onkelos and that of Jonathan, say that the voice which our first parents first heard walking in the garden was the Memra, or the word of the Lord, or the Messiah, who is always meant by this expression. In the Targum of Jonathan and that of Jerusalem, it is said, the seed of the woman shall bruise the head of the serpent, and they shall obtain healing, or a plaster for the heel, the hurt received by the serpent, in the days of Messiah the King. It is self-evident by these references that Jewish understanding of Genesis 3:15 as a prophecy of the Messiah falls within the Jewish mindset and teachings. Fast forward to when Yeshua, or Jesus, is identified by John's writings to remind the Jewish people of this prophecy and mindset taught by the ancient rabbis. John 1:1 through 4. In the beginning was the Word, Memra, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning, Genesis 1:1. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Yeshua, Jesus, is connected by John as the Memra, or the Word of God. This Memra is also connected to Torah, or the instructions of God, which were spoken to the children of Israel. Chava, or Eve, was being blessed by God to be the incubator and mother of all life on earth, and her offspring, Yeshua, would be the one to defeat the serpent by hanging on the stake, defeating the power of death. Yeshua became man and lived a life without condemnation. He followed Torah perfectly, and the law and instruction from God did not condemn him, but identified who he was to all the Jews of the day. John 1:14. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. So what does Chava's or Eve's name mean? According to Jewish thought, there are three main concepts connected to the Hebrew name Chava. The first comes from the explanation given in the Torah itself. Because she is Em Kol Chai, or the mother of all life, as stated in Genesis 3:20, Chava embodies both the essence of life itself and the creative ability to grant that life to others. The second understanding of the name Chava focuses on its connection to the word Chavayah, which means experience. Chava is not only the mother of life, but also represents the experience of life. The third meaning of Chava can be understood as expression, revelation, or manifestation. How does Chava, the first woman, represent the mother of all life? Through experience as expression, and through expression as experience, she mothers all life. For the Christian church, this connection of Chava as the bride is a strong connection. For God the Father is the bridegroom, and since all life comes from Chava, the bride, we, all mankind, are the bride of the groomsmen. For out of the bride comes the seed of the woman, the reference being one seed, not many, and would be a picture of the Messiah Yeshua. It would then make sense why God would send Yeshua through the womb of a woman, being the mother of life on earth. Yeshua experienced all aspects of life and expressed life through revelation and manifestation of God to walk out a life following Torah, blameless and whole. The circle of life through Chava being completed with the promise of the coming Messiah connects the reason Chava was granted this blessing to bear all life and why God chose to send himself to earth through the womb of the woman. What else do ancient rabbis have to say about the Messiah? Well, there is much, but for another time. Shalom.
Dance for joy, dance for joy, dance for joy, lie, 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 lie. Dance for joy, dance for joy, dance for joy, lie, 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 lie. Dance for joy, dance for joy, dance for joy, lie, 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 lie. One day soon the nations will dance, they will sing and receive their King, the Lord.